legs would probably barely
I know
even
the
touch the
feet
ground.
is just like dangling.
What up, Tomon gang?
Hey everyone!
Are you guys ready to throw hands with Mobius?
Yeah, some fisticuffs!
Let's go! In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Tokyo Revengers Season 1, Episode 5.
Really?
And in this episode, we find out the details of how Draken actually died.
I know, he gets stabbed! I could not believe this.
Huh? ちょっと待ってくれ.
Yeah, right? And then there's this super weird article that is crazy inaccurate. It says that Draken and Sano, they have their own factions, they butt heads, and somehow Draken gets stabbed.
I know, it's so strange. I wonder why it's so incorrect.
I don't know, actually. I'm thinking like maybe the writer of this article might have gotten influenced, threatened, possibly even bribed to make it seem like this is an internal Tomon like faction like conflict rather than a fight with Mobius.
Ooh, maybe there's some underlying things happening. And we move on to a scene that's in the hospital, and we find out that Draken is a very kind person.
Yeah. And then he has this awesome quote in this episode, or in the scene rather, where he states to Mikey, "You don't have to bow your head. Just have a heart that cares for others." And it really resonated with me.
Yeah, it really did. And for me as well, it was so powerful.
And then, honestly, this is just a really great moment to show what kind of person Draken is and what kind of gang he wants Tomon to be.
And so this must be what Mikey meant when he said, we'll clean up our own messes.
Yeah, definitely. And then I just gotta give mad respect to Draken, actually thinking about his crew members, their families, people that they care about. And he's really pushing the fact that he doesn't want innocent lives to get involved in their shit, really.
Right.
And I love the dynamic between Mikey and Draken. Draken's kind of the more like calm, level-headed person, while you can see that Mikey's more of the passionate, almost hot-headed individual. And I think you kind of have to be that kind of person to be the leader of a biker gang, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, even just in that scene alone, Mikey looked like he wanted to fight those parents right then and there
know,
at
right?
the hospital.
Crazy.
Yeah. And you know, like, this is kind of when we start to learn more about Mikey and Draken's relationship. And you know, this reminded me of two other characters from Ouran High School Host Club, Mori-senpai and Honey-senpai. And they have a very, very similar dynamic, actually.
Right.
Yeah, so Draken, just like Mori-senpai, is kind of the tall, stoic one that takes care of the cute, unassuming little guy, which is Honey-senpai and Mikey. And so it's kind of strange, though, because you think that they can't do anything, but these two are absolute beasts. Like, Honey-senpai is actually a martial arts champion, while Mikey is the commander of Tomon. So it's like very, very similar. So this got me really thinking. So an additional thing about them is that their families are connected, Honey-senpai and Mori-senpai,
Right.
through martial arts and marriage. So that made me think, like, is Mikey and Draken's family possibly related or connected in some other way?
Yeah, that'd be interesting, right? It could be. I'm so excited to kind of learn more about these two characters, their families and their backgrounds, their relationships, and how they even know each other.
Yeah, oh, totally. And then also, like, another thing that I just thought was really cute is because Draken was holding Mikey on his back, and Mori-senpai is always also holding Honey-senpai on his back. We have some pictures, too.
And moving on, the next thing I want to talk about is this whole assembly of Tomon. We finally get to see some other members of Tomon, how big their group is,
Yeah,
and like,
so big. I didn't realize they were going to be that big.
yeah. But we get to see a bunch of characters. We don't get a ton of names. We only get 3 named characters. We got Pachin and Heya, the captain and vice captain of the 3rd division. And we also get the 2nd division captain, Mitsuya Takashi. And then I just want to play a quick clip of his voice right here.
わかんねえなら出しゃばんなボケ.
Does anybody recognize his voice? Any sharp-eared individuals out there? Well, it's Inosuke from Demon Slayer. And he's voiced by Yoshitsugu Matsuoka. And then I kind of just want to play a quick clip of Inosuke right here.
さっさと状況を説明しやがれ弱みそが.
And then, as you guys can tell, it really sounds super similar.
Yeah, especially when he's yelling.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, this assembly really shows us that the Tomon gang is a real biker gang of middle school students, though. Like, how big are these middle school students, honestly? Like, you guys are like huge. And also, you guys are riding motorcycles? Like, what? This doesn't make any sense to me.
I know. What are they feeding these middle schoolers in these Japanese schools?
I know. I want some. Can I have some so I can grow a little bit taller?
I know, me too.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking of like American middle schoolers, and I'm like, I don't think I could see them riding motorcycles,
No.
getting head tattoos, fighting people.
Putting people in the hospital.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just I don't know. For me, that's a little something off. Middle school.
I don't even think they'd be able to like reach the handlebars, and their legs would probably barely
I know
even
the
touch the
feet
ground.
is just like dangling, and I know that motorcycles are a little bit heavy, so it's like, would they even be able to hold them?
Hey, these are some badass Homon gang
They must
middle
be.
schoolers. Okay,
Yeah.
Nicole?
They must be. And during this assembly, we finally get to see again two sides of Mikey. So the first side when he's in front of the gang is he shows his serious side, his like authoritative side. He's just total complete package for the Tomon commander. And then on the other side, we have the scene on the restaurant where he acts all like childlike and cute.
Oh, yeah.
俺はお子様セットの旗にテンションが上がるの。
すみません
I really like this.
Yeah, like he's like throwing a fit because you know there's no flag, and then he even falls.
Ooh.
He even falls asleep like right after eating.
I love that Draken just carries like a couple flags on him just in case, because he knows this guy's gonna have a little hissy fit if there's no flag.
ほらマイキー、あただぞ。
さすがケンチン。
Yeah, I know. He just knows
How
him
many,
so
how
well.
many flags does he keep on him?
I don't know, enough to make sure that Mikey doesn't get mad.
All right. And then I just want to quickly talk about the actual Takamichi. You know, the actual middle schooler that actually lives during this time. You know, the one that just blacks out for 2 weeks at a time. And he has no idea what he did for those past 2 weeks, even though he's actually having full conversations with people, building relationships with Hinata, gaining the friendship of the leader of a gang.
I know. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, you just wake up. Think about this, guys. Imagine if you just blacked out for 2 weeks and your body just like did a bunch of things and you have no memory or recollection of it.
It's
That would be
scary.
terrifying,
Yeah.
right? Oh my god. I would have to at least go to a doctor or maybe call in an exorcist. This is like you're being possessed or something.
Yeah, and honestly, how is he even going to school right now? Like, if you have 2
Right.
weeks missing and then you have like a test, like, how are you supposed to take the test? I bet he's gonna be like, Sensei, you didn't go over this, and the teacher's gonna be like, what are you talking about, Takamichi? We've been studying this for the last 2 weeks, and you have been in class every day.
Yeah, you've been raising your hand, answering questions and everything. You don't remember that?
Yeah, like, what's wrong with you? What happened? Did you hit your head?
And then he's like, don't remember any of that. Terrifying. Oof. And on that bombshell, boys and girls, if you like this episode, hit that lickety like button down there. Maybe consider subscribing. And yeah, we just wanted to say thank you for just hanging out,
Yeah.
talking about this awesome anime.
Yeah, thanks for joining us again, you guys. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Yep. Later.
Bye.